Welcome to the show on diabetes. You're going to learn the latest, and I'm going to prevent it, teach you how to prevent it, and if you have it already, how to reverse it. Please listen to me, because all these 30, 40 diseases associated with diabetes, you can get rid of them, and I will teach you how. And you can watch some of our other shows on that already. Just go to YouTube, Rudy Kachmann, Diabetes. I get 100 or so shows that you could watch for additional information. I want you to get rid of it, get rid of it, get rid of it. So let's start in the beginning about diabetes a little bit. We hear about type 1 diabetes, and it's a real entity. Fortunately, we now have insulin. The type 1 diabetics are the one who definitely need it, but depending on what they eat determines how much insulin that they take. They may need a small amount, and the ones that need a small amount and they have type 1 diabetes, they probably can live to be 100 and play pickleball with me. Yes, but if eating the wrong food all the time and constantly increasing the amount of insulin you're taking, you may live a little longer, but you'll still die many years ahead of your time. So we need to learn some more about it. What causes type 1 diabetes? Well, it appears to be an idiopathic cause. Don't know why, but a significant number one is that there was an autoimmune reaction on the pancreas, and the pancreas was destroyed, and it can no longer secrete insulin. Yes. And one of the biggest causes of it, which people are not aware of actually, is milk. It's a big offender. Read a book by Joe Keon, Whitewash. It describes milk, the history, and in detail. And once you finish reading that, it's doubtful that you will give your children cow's milk. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yes. And so many allergies associated with milk causes many diseases and illnesses. I know I myself drank milk when I lived in Manhattan as a child, and I had acne all the time. Girls wouldn't give me a kiss. And I stopped drinking milk, it all cleared up. My yoga instructor, 15, 20, 30 years ago, all her children were sick all the time. I already read that book. And I told her, stop the milk. 3 weeks later, all the sicknesses and illnesses that her children had all cleared up. So you can have, so that's a big cause of autoimmune reaction. And the reason being is milk has so many hormones in it. They put growth hormone when the calf is born, and then they put the cow in a cage, and they put more hormones on it so it'll produce more milk. Yes. And then you give it to your kid, and then he gets type 1 diabetes or other illnesses or allergies. So learn something about it. But type 1 diabetes doesn't exist today, but is more commonly today as end-stage type 2 diabetes, where you're eating the wrong food, and is 70-80% of the people are overweight people. But I tell you, not all people overweight have diabetes. Mm-hmm. About 30% of the people that are normal weight are diabetic. Mm-hmm. They haven't had the right test. Many of them haven't had the right test. So it's important to get tested properly. what is interesting about diabetes too, it is well described, and this can be used really as treatment too. Prevent and Reverse Type 2 Diabetes Naturally by Jason Fung. A wonderful book to read. You got diabetes, read this book. And on page 77, what he'll describe is very interesting, is that when we get diagnosed as being diabetic, elevated blood sugar or abnormal glucose tolerance test, diabetes may have been present already for 10, 15 years. You just missed it. You need to get a serum insulin. I'll repeat it again. Serum insulin, serum insulin, serum insulin. We should be checking serum insulins. That's well described in many books. It's in many books. And we should be checking it starting at age 2 or 3. Yes, yes. You see the history of that in some of my other shows. Because the serum insulin can be elevated, and when the serum insulin is elevated, it's already affecting your vasculature, punching holes, causing arteriosclerosis, and you can die in this stage. Yes. They found this out by doing autopsies on Vietnamese, Korean, and American soldiers that died, healthy-looking guys that died from a gunshot. They did autopsies and found the Americans were full of vascular disease. Oh, they looked normal. Mm-hmm. So, get a serum insulin on a 3 or 4, 5-year-old. Yes, we are having a huge diabetes epidemic, and if we did serum insulin testing and then acted on it, we could a lot easier correct the situation than 20, 30 years later, when a lot of your vasculature already has vascular disease. You may even have grabbed your chest and died of a heart attack. People can be of normal weight, yet their insulin level is elevated, and they've had vascular disease, and they grab their chest and they die. 50% of heart attacks we know, 50% we know, are caused by this elevated serum insulin. And if we had tested for it, we could have taken corrective action. So the path to diabetes is 10 to 15 years of elevated insulin. You're diabetic. You're diabetic. Pre-diabetes is irrelevant. You're diabetic. The insulin is causing damage to your blood vessels. And then finally, your blood sugar goes up and says, oh, you're diabetic. Well, you've been diabetic already for 10, 15 years. The diseases caused by diabetes, dementia, heart attacks, strokes, amputations, dislocations, renal disease, heart disease, cancer. I can go on and on and on. This all could be prevented by proper testing, by you gaining some information. But industry is not allowed this to happen. Yes. Yes. In the schools, you notice school lunch, there stands a bottle of milk. Every meal, a bottle of milk. I wonder why. Do you think somebody may have gotten bribed a little bit? And that they insist the kids drink it, and then they graduate and they're already diabetic and sugar addicts, going to be sick. 80% of this town is diabetic. They've been properly tested. I know. But I'm getting somewhere. I do TV shows here at the library. They go to YouTube, thank you, Eugene, and then gets spread all over the world. A lot of nations are paying attention to this, like India. Most diabetics in the world. India, they used to eat basmati rice, and they kind of get away with that, but they added processed food, and they became diabetic. Now they have the largest number of diabetics in the world in India. China's 2. U.S. is 3. We have a higher proportion of people. It's really going across the world, but we could do something about it. And that's what I'm trying to teach you. And I'm getting somewhere. I walk down the street, every third person comes up to me and say, Dr. Kachmann, I saw one of your TV shows, these shows, YouTube, for example. I lost 30 pounds. I lost my diabetes. I remember what I said too. Some people need to lose very little weight. The thin people, 30% of the thin people are diabetic. So even if you're thin, get a serum insulin. Very important. Also check your kidney function, your GFR, because sometimes you can be in an advanced stage of kidney disease and don't even know it. So check your GFR, because then you could do something about it. I had one person whose name you'd even recognize. He said, we were having lunch, and he was taking a whole bunch of medications, and for diabetes. He says, Rudy, I respect diabetes, and he was taking 2 or 3 medications. But believe me, there's no such thing as respecting diabetes. Get rid of it, which is not hard to do. There's an excellent book to look at. Say if you are diabetic, you don't want to do a lot of reading. I tell you a great book to get is Simply Keto by Susan Ryan. This is a wonderful book, and she has YouTube shows too. So she lost 120 pounds. Remember I said not all diabetics are overweight, but that makes no difference. Her first 70 pages or so, she describes in detail what keto is all about. Ketones are small fat molecules which the brain and organs frankly love, and they make you very energetic. Her and her husband lost 120 pounds. There's pictures of them there. Picture of her food pyramid. Mine's a little bit different. It's essentially the same. And so she explains everything, so you understand things better. But then she has her meals, 3 meals a day. If you want to increase the speed of getting rid of your diabetes, 2 meals a day. Go 16-8, 16 hours. You don't eat 8 hours, you eat. That's what I do. Not because I have a disease, but because it's easy. In the morning, our body secretes about 5 hormones, which keeps our blood sugar even. You don't need to eat. We're just eating because they discovered they could sell food to us. But I play pickleball around 9:30. I don't eat till around noon or so. Mm-hmm. So to learn about 16-8 and maybe use their book, and you can use 3 meals. You get rid of your diabetes, no doubt about it. But if you ate 2 of those 3, it'd be quick. I mentioned Jason Fung already, great books to read. If you want a lot more information, then read David and Jen Unwin, UNW, from England, Fork in the Road, very thin book. It explains in fantastic detail about diabetes, and most of us eat sugar. We become addicted to it. We're sugar addicts. Even if you were to put a donut in front of me, and considering the TV shows I've done, I could be stressed out, I don't know. I might eat that donut. So nature arranged in us to seek some of these foods. But the website of Fork in the Road, that book, the names of websites at the back, about 20 of them. You could gain tremendous information. And also a lot about the psychology of eating. Most of us are diabetic, addicted to sugar. We're sugar addicts. We're addicted to sugar. But they teach you how to get over that pretty quickly, a week or two. And there's some other doctors and nurse practitioners in there giving you their talk. So that's even more information. I also want you to know it's not just me, it's other people's opinions too. So the science is well founded. Mark Hyman has written many books about it too. I don't have it here, but here's another one. Goodbye, Pills and Needles. Mm-hmm. Type 2 Diabetes and a 90-Day Cure, Tom Jelinek. Highly recommend that book in great detail. It gets you off medication pretty quick. I mean, what I'm teaching you is a life without medication. No pills or shots. Look at the money that you will save. Look at the illnesses you will avoid. And we're talking about dementia, heart attacks, strokes, cancer. I can go on and on. You can avoid all this by doing this. So let's get on the road, okay? And people tend to be so close-minded, and I have to, being a doctor, I say the medical schools have not done their job. We doctors have not done our job. The medical school now is building a building right in front of the hospital system. The hospital system of great facilities, but there's nothing in there about preventing or reversing diabetes. The medical school in Fort Wayne is going to send 120 of their students to the hospital across the street, and they will teach them how to treat the patients they want them to be treated. What do you think is going to happen? They're going to not teach them how to get rid of diabetes. I've been there at the hospital myself, and they let me talk, and bye-bye. But their latest facilities, they're beautiful, but there's nothing in there about getting rid of diabetes. You're going to have to do it yourself. But one great way of doing it is to gather information. I've certainly presented to you plenty of books, and I've read one here too. Dr. Rudy's War on Diabetes and the industries that created. Public health is not doing its job. You couldn't name me who the public health director is. I know you couldn't. The sugar industry, House and Senate lobbyists, poor nutrition teaching in the schools where they should be teaching us how to eat a proper diet. And it's going to be a day, it's going to be a reckoning. And I tell you why, because the cost is so high now in the hospital system. Even a new hospital system is moving into town. That it'll be so expensive that they will have to change. I think the system, I think they need to develop is like a company, General Motors, goes to our hospitals and says, well, would you take care of all our sick people for X millions of dollars. And if they don't like the price, they go to another and ask them. So they're putting pressure. So the hospital system will have to, hey, Rudy, teach our patients how to get rid of diabetes, how to avoid it, how to reverse it. That's not being done. But it can happen. So it actually, it's good news that diabetes is preventable, stoppable the majority of the time. And the sooner in the age group that we do it, of course, the less money we'll have to spend and the less suffering would occur. And I think this will happen soon because there's so much money involved here that there's bribery by our congressmen, our providers, or whoever. But we doctors could lead the change. I'm leading the change. I'm 89 years old, have no disease, take only one pill, vitamin M. Dr. Kachmann, what's vitamin M? Music. When I wake up in the morning, I say to Alexa, play Rudy's playlist. Songs that make me feel good, that turn on my endorphins. We have in our body a system. Every cell in your body makes endorphins. Endorphins are our morphine. Stronger than regular endorphins means morphine. Yes. We make our own morphine. So we need to learn to smile more, be happy more, dance more, exercise more. I play pickleball. And here's one. I take singing lessons. Yes. Makes me feel good. Okay? And so do something that whatever makes you feel good. Play the sport, dance, or watch the sport, whatever, that you won't be eating sugar and you will not be getting diabetes. So I think that it's a wonderful thing. So gather this information, whatever it takes for you, especially if you have fellow family members. Well, a whole family has diabetes. Well, I tell you, it could be the whole family's eating the wrong food. Be open-minded about it. I know somebody that's the case. They all use sugar and they're all dying from the complications, from kidney disease to dementia to amputations to dislocations to, yes. And some people don't want to change, but it can be done. I know of plenty of people get rid of their diabetes. They walk by me every day. They come up to me in a restaurant, say, "Thank you, Dr. Kachmann. I watch your YouTube shows. I read your book. All my illnesses went away, and I just want to thank you. You don't know me. See you later." Happened to me last night while eating at a restaurant. Mm-hmm. So, but you need to gather some information. So, the simplest way, I think, would be simply keto. Susan Ryan's book, I think, would be the simplest way to do it. I'd say in a few weeks you will not have diabetes, and like I said, she has 3 meals a day in there. But if you did 2, it would even work a lot quicker. Maybe 2 weeks, no diabetes. If you're taking, and in diabetes, incidentally, it's good to monitor your blood sugar. You can get one of these smart watches. I have one here. I've had it for a year. It measures my blood sugar. Let's see what it is now. It looks to me like it's around 90-something. You would think the stress of this show is going to give me the number in a minute. I see the curve, though. You think the stress of the show would have turned up 85. How could my blood sugar be 85? Well, I haven't eaten in quite a while. Maybe that's the reason. And the other ways of measuring your blood sugar connected to your phone. Get one of those while you're getting rid of your diabetes, because when you're eating well, the blood sugar will maybe dropping, and you want to know if it is or was rising too high. So to get one of these meters to measure your blood sugar to your phone, I think is a good idea. So in summary, what I'm saying is, don't accept diabetes. Get rid of it. Get rid of it. Get rid of it. It can be done. Simply Keto would be a good way. Do Diabetes Code by Jason Fung. The only thing I didn't like about him is that he'll have 2 days of fasting. Don't do that. Do 16/8 time regulated eating like I do. Jelinek book, Goodbye Pills and Needles, summarizes. So you need to gather some information. Don't accept this disease. Don't accept it. And why am I doing this show? Because I love you, I care about you. You can go to YouTube. This show will be in YouTube. Thank you, Eugene. And I say with at least an hour or less time I get home, I can look at it, or you can look at previous shows, YouTube, Rudy Kachmann Diabetes. You've got so much information, and I want you to live to be 100 and play pickleball with me, or maybe tap dance, or sing a song. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye. George, this is